Hey guys, Chris here with Off-Road Shenanigans, and I've got Anita here with Escondido Draw here in Ozona, Texas.
Ozona.
And this is a little hole in the wall that most people don't know about, but this is an amazing park from what I hear. Supposedly it's about 4,000 acres is what I hear.
A little over 4,400 acres.
4,400 acres, and I think they just bought a new park, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be adding more trails over to that side. They've got some technical stuff out here. I think y'all are moving towards maybe doing some easier trails out here.
Yes.
So looking forward to that. They just got a whole entire new board out here. They have huge plans to really renovate this place, get it up tip-top notch. You know, I think y'all are adding a new air station, and
we've got a new workstation that'll have air, water, and electric.
Awesome. So a good place to work on your stuff once you do break it, because it's gonna happen out here. It's pretty technical. It got some crazy stuff happening. They've got 30, how many spots?
35 RV sites.
35 RV spots, and they have a couple cabins, right? A couple little cabins here. And if they're full of cabins here and you don't have an RV, there's a place down the road they can hook you up to, right? Over at the game ranch, right?
Yes.
And they are also working on trying to get more cabins and stuff like that out here. It's just going to take time and money. It's a non-profit organization,
yes,
from what I understand. So money's tight around here. So, you know, they got to do it as people come in. So that means we need y'all to come out here, support the park, wheel their amazing park out here. We're looking forward to seeing what we can do out there, and hopefully we don't destroy everything. So here we go.
Choke the sky, burning tires all around, kicking up the side-by-sides, roaring engines loud. Friends and family gather.
Alan has been a great guy. He's got, you know, we met him out there at the Off-Road Products Expo. Kind of gave us a tour. Well, we started this trail yesterday. This is Skull Canyon that we're at. It's a level 5 trail for them. It is a pretty intense trail. At the very beginning, it's just a whole bunch of rocks and stuff like that, but about halfway through, there's a big, huge climb, and so we're about to go do that right now in the general. Yesterday, Alan broke both his rear axles trying to make it up this, but he has been up this before, so let's go do it.
Friends and family gather, let the good times roll. Blood stains on faces, hearts wildly out of control. Smashing the throttle open, feel the power surge. Hitting trails and ridges, laughter's all we heard. Cracks of cold beer bottles, echoes in the air. Sunsets fade tonight, we got no time to spare. Off-road shenanigans, tearing up the ground. But in sweat and joy, we're camaraderie found. We live for these wild moments, life on untamed land. Bonded by the freedom, deep within the sand. Bonfires lighting up our faces, cheers and songs.
Alright, so we're at the first major obstacle on Skull Canyon. So this is where Alan broke his axles yesterday. We're talking probably a good 10 to 20 foot elevation change just right here in this small spot. So let's give it a try and see what happens.
Side-by-sides, roaring engines loud. Friends and family gather, let the good times roll. Blood stains on faces, hearts wildly out of control. Smashing the throttle open, feel the power surge. tearing up the ground. But in sweat and joy we're camaraderie found. We live for these wild moments, life on untamed land. Bonded by the freedom deep within the sand. Bonfires lighting up our faces, cheers and songs. Through the darkness, feels like we belong. High fives and hooping, holler, life's acceleration. A brotherhood in motion.
Alright, so that was Skull Canyon. It was actually a pretty nice little climb there. A little challenging, but nothing crazy. I mean, any big built machine could probably do that all day long. But for the smaller guys, it's going to be a challenge for sure. So when you get to the top of Skull Canyon, it plateaus out on top of the mountain here, and this turns into Buckhorn Trail. Buckhorn Trail is going to go down to where we start descending again, which takes us to Pipeline, and Pipeline splits off one side or the other, so that's where we're headed to next.
Lighting up our faces, cheers and songs. We live through the darkness, feels like we belong. High fives and hooping, holler, life's acceleration. A brotherhood in motion, pure and proud.
Alright, so this is where Pipeline starts, and it goes to the left and to the right. The left, I believe, is the bypass. The right is the more difficult side. So we're definitely not taking the bypass on this one. So we're going on the harder one. So we'll see what it entails. I have not been on the trail yet.
Engines start to whisper, morning dew presides. Heads held high and dirty, pride never hides. Pack up our wild memories, mistakes we did create. Lessons etched in trails we'll remember every day. Off-road shenanigans, tearing up the ground. But in sweat and joy we're camaraderie found. We live for these wild moments, life on untamed land. Bonded by the freedom deep within the sand. Engines start to whisper, morning dew presides. Heads held high and dirty, pride never hides.
Alright, so we got ourselves in a little bit of a sticky situation. Nothing too bad. We're going to try to get out of it. This is Pipeline that's right here. So we're coming down Pipeline. This is a pretty good grade. Everything is loose, so control is very minimal. There's a big drop off right here that actually forces your vehicle to go that way if you don't come down this line, which is the line we probably should have took. But now I've got a boulder in front of my tire, and the problem is it's not that I can't just climb over it and go over it. The problem is that boulder's loose, so if I try to climb over it, the buggy, it could actually get on top of it and roll off of it, and then we're going to end up down in the bottom of that valley right there. It's what we don't want to do. My main issue right now is if I try to back up, it's going to push the back into the vehicle that way, is what we're hoping for. And if it does that, then hopefully we can spin around this rock enough to where we can just push it out of the way with the tire. But we still have to go down here, which is looks like clear sailing from here. But let's see how we can get out of this predicament.
Wild memories, mistakes we did create. Lessons etched in trails we'll remember every day. Off-road shenanigans, tearing up the ground. But in sweat and joy we're camaraderie found. We live for these wild moments, life on untamed land.
Alright, so we are at the bottom of Pipeline. It actually continues on out and meets with the park road up here. So, just before you get out of Pipeline on the left-hand side, there is Artie's Revenge. Also, if you continue up this hill and to the left, you'll hit Rockabout. So, we're going to go ahead and take Artie's Revenge. It claims to be a level 5. Let's find out how true a level 5 it is. Hi, B. Wrong way. Alright, so we're on Artie's Revenge, and we found out why they call it Artie's Revenge. Yeah, that's pretty serious. I'm not 100% sure the buggy can do it. What do you think, Angela? You think the buggy can do it?
Just gotta figure out how to get it done.
A lot of hopes and dreams, right? So, obviously, this side is not the line. We all agree to that, but my buggy is definitely not going up that. That's just not happening. Now, mind you, we did not bring our harnesses this time. Typically, I take them out after every ride and wash them and stuff like that. So we're doing this harness free. The line is actually right here, but we would have to kick it over and go over this way. And once we get to the top of this, it looks like it's pretty easy to get out of here, actually. So this is the trick to get up. When we come up this, we're gonna have to cut hard right. We cannot get our tires on that rock right there. If we get our tires on that rock right there, it's gonna pick us up and we're gonna roll over and end up right here. So the only way to do this is come as far over that direction as possible and then come in at an angle and hope that this rear tire grabs and pulls up and brings us up to the top. If this tire does not want to grab and it slips down and falls down, it's just going to bring the whole buggy and slam it down and bring us back down, and there's no way that we're climbing that because we don't have enough grip at top to grab it. So, do we do it? Do we do it? Oh, I got the thumbs up. That's scary. All right, let's see what we can do. All right, so what's the synopsis? She's shaking her head no now. Not today. So one of the biggest things is that we're out here by ourselves. So we have nobody else with us. So if things do go wrong, we're screwed. Not that I don't want to try it. I definitely want to try it. But one thing is we lost our winch remote to our winch quite a while ago. We haven't got a new one yet. So we got to make sure we put that on the list. Because if I do try this, at least by ourselves out here, and we don't have harnesses right now, so that's another thing too. We don't have harnesses. If we do roll, I don't want nobody getting hurt. So if I had harnesses and a winch controller, we would go ahead and put tires on it and try it. Worst comes to worst, we could winch out of it. It's not that big a deal. But since we don't have any one of those two items today, it's a thumbs down. So let's see if we can't get out of here and go find some more mischief. What do you think? There we go. Alright, so we just got off of Artie's Revenge. Unfortunately, we cannot try to make it today, but we will next time we come out here with some more people and a winch controller and maybe even some harnesses next time. Yeah, I know you YouTube guys are going to be out there and freaking hit me hard for not having my harnesses, but we're not doing anything too crazy today. I'm pretty used to this machine. I know its limits, and I'm not going to push it today, so maybe next time. So we're back on Pipeline right now. We're heading towards the actual park road. We're going to continue on until we find the next trail and see where we go from there. So we're out on the main park road as you come into the park. The very first creek bottom that you come to, if you take a left, it takes you back over to Highway 101, which we did yesterday. And that was a good trail, easy trail, not too bad. There's a couple of technical climbs there, but nothing horrible. But we're going to take a right today, or as we were coming out of the park to take a left. But as you come into the park, it's going to be taking a right, and this is going to turn into Three Forks. Three Forks looks like it has Tank Trap. Of course, Three Forks is on here. West Forks, Southwest Rim Trail, and West Fork. So let's see what it has in store for us. We're going to take a right. So this to the left right here is Tank Trap. We'll have to look on the map later and see what the levels and stuff like that, but we're going to continue on to Three Forks in front of us. Alright, so we are at Three Forks, and this is where Three Forks splits. It either goes to the left for South Fork, or goes to the right for West Fork. So I think the decision is South Fork. South Fork is a level 4, West Fork's a level 3. Now West Fork is a little bit longer, almost double the distance than South Fork is, but South Fork is a little bit more challenging, so I think that's the direction that we're going to head. So that's the end of South Fork. We're actually back on one of the, I think it's West Rim or something like that. I'll go look on the map here in a second. Taking a ride out of here will actually take us back towards the front of the park. So we're going to go explore a little bit more. We're going to take a left and go ahead and head back towards the other side of the park that we haven't explored yet. So stay tuned, here we go. Alright, so we just got off the South Fork, and we took a left onto Southwest Rim Trail. I'm pretty sure, well, we didn't do part of this, but we did do about half of it yesterday. So we're gonna go ahead and finish out this part. We're gonna go to the other side where we saw some rock crawling opportunities over there. Try some of that. Like I said a minute ago, you can actually go take a right out of South Fork and go back towards camp. And what a view we have here at South Fork and Southwest Rim. Pretty nice look, valley in the canyon. Some wildlife. We've seen a lot of wildlife out here. That's one of the coolest things about this park. So here we go, and let's see what we can get into. Alright, so we're on Southwest Rim Trail, and we're at the top of Tank Trap. So this is one of the ones we saw down at the bottom on Three Forks. So once we got up here, we looked at it. It doesn't look horrible yet, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to go down it and turn around and try to come back up it. So here's us going down it.
The sky burning tires all around, kicking up the side by side, roaring engines loud. Friends and family gather, let the good times roll. Mud stains on faces, hearts wildly out of control. Smashing the throttle open, feel the power surge. Hidden trails and ridges, laughter's all we heard. Cracks of cold beer bottles, echoes in the air. Sunsets fade tonight, we got no time to spare.
Alright, so Tank Trap has taken us out. We're actually coming down Tank Trap. And one of the reasons I don't like going down big rocks and steps because it puts a lot of force on the front IFS on these things, and it just tries to push everything backwards every time we drop into a hole. And we have had our first failure since we've been out here, which is this 1/2-inch bolt here on our lower A-arm. Doesn't look like we have any catastrophic failures yet other than the bolt breaking, and it ripped the back tab out of that. It's about to pull my axle out if I don't fix it soon, but I think we caught it just in time before any catastrophic failures. So as long as we can find something to stab in that hole and get us out of this trail and get back to camp, I think we'll be all right. But we gotta see what we can do. Here we go. All right, so we are at the bottom of Tank Trap. Really cool trail. I can't wait to actually come climb it. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to climb it today because we had one of our bolts on our suspension brake. So, fortunately, I was able to find a bolt that fit in it for now, but unfortunately, it wasn't quite long enough to get a nut on it. So it's just kind of hanging out there with a couple threads showing on the outside. So, we just got on the Three Forks where we saw the beginning of Tank Trap. We are trying to get out of Three Forks now to get back on the main park road and get back, and we're gonna go ahead and call it a day and come out here another day, but we've got to get loaded up and everything else, so here we go.
Engines start to whisper, morning dew presides. Heads held high and dirty pride never hides. Pack up our wild memories, mistakes we did create. Lessons and trails to remember every day. Off-road shenanigans tearing up the ground.
Alright guys, here we are Sunday. It is time to go home. We're loaded up. The buggies made it on the trailer themselves. We only had one failure this weekend, and that was one little bitty bolt that broke, but not a big deal. In like 20 minutes we had it fixed. We're back on the trails. Tank Trap is what got me out there. That's a pretty hardcore trail you got out there. So
worst trail at current that we have is called Horseshoe Basin. It's our only one-way Jeep trail. And then we have the Gabion. That's another pretty good one. Josie Wells Drifter, Two Mules. So there's some pretty tough trails.
There's some
out
pretty
here.
technical stuff. So those guys that got those big bouncers and the big crawlers and the big Jeeps, I know I got a lot of buddies out there that follow us that have those big built Jeeps and the Broncos. I challenge you, Broncos. Let's get out here, Tyler, Bronkbuster, you know, all my guys. Let's get out here. Let's show these people how a Bronco really wills. And but they got, you know, I met Alan this weekend. I think he's the president of the board, correct?
Yes.
Amazing guy. He opened up his arms and hands and showed us the entire park, gave us a whole grand tour of the place, did an amazing job of, you know, hospitality. You know, I came in at 1 o'clock in the morning because you know how our schedule is. It's always rush, and then I'll, you know, set back. So at 1 o'clock and at 12, I think it was 12:30 at night, I was texting him, hey man, where do I go? And he responded to me, and I got into where I needed to get into the cabins. And but I can't wait to see what this park brings. You know, in the upcoming updates y'all have. That I think the next year has a big, you know, insight for y'all. So,
Yes. Hope so.
but until next time,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for your
guys.
hospitality and everything,
Yes.
and we appreciate it all, and we can't wait to see you next time. We'll bring more
Yes.
people next time.
Awesome. Come on out. We'll be
All right.
glad to have you.
Escondido Draw, guys, out here in Ozona, Texas. It's about 3.5 hours from San Antonio. You got to check it out. We'll see you on the next one.